Hi everyone, happy Monday. Welcome to Soft Skills with Miss Jones. And this week is Hollywood Week. So we're going to talk about what it means to be brave and courageous. When people who you see on TV, all these actors and actresses, they're pretty brave. They get up in front of a camera and do a lot of things so you guys can watch and be entertained. I get on a camera and talk to you guys, and that takes some bravery. When we're doing our Zooms and you guys participate and you dance with us and you complete all that activities, that's being brave. So we're going to go over a short story about an octopus in trouble. Okay, and see how the octopus used bravery and was courageous. All right, so get those listening ears on, and let's get this story started. Sorry it's hard to see. It's on my phone, but here is the title, An Octopus in Trouble. Once upon a time, there was a shy and quiet octopus. He nearly always went out about on his own because, although he wanted to have lots of friends, he was too self-conscious, meaning he wasn't very brave. He didn't think very highly of himself, right? And so sometimes that happens. Sometimes that's okay, but we need to know how to overcome that and challenge ourselves, to put ourselves out there a little bit. So there's our little octopus. Okay. One day, the octopus was trying to catch a very slippery oyster, but he got tangled up in all his tentacles, and he had made himself into a massive knot. And so he was in such a tangle that he had to not be shy, and he had to ask for help from a passing fish. See how he got himself tangled up? And so the fish, he had to ask that fish for help. He had to put on his brave face and ask for help. Many fish swam past, ignoring him, but one kind little fish stopped to help untie all those tentacles. See, that little nice fish stopped to help the octopus. The octopus felt relieved when he was finally set free, but he was so shy that he didn't dare to talk to the fish and make friends. He just said, "Thank you," and quickly swam off. Later, the octopus spent the whole night thinking that he had wasted a great opportunity to make friends with that very kind little fish. So he felt like, oh man, I should have talked to that fish. That fish was so friendly. I should have talked to him. And maybe sometimes you guys think that. Maybe sometimes you're so shy, and then after the fact, you're like, oh, I should have done that, right? So let's see what the octopus does. Poor thing. He was up all night thinking, oh, I should have made friends. A couple of days later, the octopus was resting between some rocks when he noticed everyone around him was swimming fastly by him. He looked in the distance and saw an enormous fish coming over to feed in that area. The octopus quickly hid, and he peeped an eye out from his hiding place, and he saw that huge fish was chasing that kind little fish that was helped untie him. So you can see that huge fish was chasing that fish that was helping him. Oh, let's see what happens. That little fish really needed help, but the big fish was so dangerous looking that no one dared to go near the little fish. The octopus, remembering how that little fish had helped him, felt he had to do whatever he could to help that fish without hesitating. So he didn't really think, he just did it. The octopus shot out from the rocks like a stingray. He put himself right in the path of the giant fish, and before the fish could do anything about it, the octopus had shot out the biggest set of ink in his life. He grabbed the little fish and swam back to the hiding place by the rocks. So the octopus can shoot out some ink. So he inked the fish so he wouldn't eat the tiny little fish. That was very brave of the octopus. Everything happened so fast that the big fish had no time to react. However, he soon recovered from the surprise, and off he went to the rocks, looking for the octopus and the little fish. Now he really wanted to gobble them down. Soon, though, he began feeling a terrible itch. First in his gills, and then in his fins, and then all over his body. It turned out that the giant fish had a very artistic nature, and he adored colors, and the octopus's dark ink had given him a terrible allergy. Oh. So the big fish swam away, itching all over. And as soon as it had gone, all the fish who had been hiding came out and congratulated the octopus for being so brave. Then the little fish told them all how he had helped the octopus a few days earlier, but he had never known anyone be so grateful that they would end up doing something so dangerous. Hearing this, the other fish discovered how nice the shy octopus was, and everyone around was keen to be the friend of such a brave octopus. The end. All right, so the octopus kind of came out of his shell, was brave, did something nice for someone that did something nice for him, and then he was able to get a lot of friends, right? So if someone does something nice for you, you should return that favor if you get the chance. And we talked about saying thank you last week, all right? So the octopus was very thankful, but then he was able to repay that little fish back because he was brave, right? So every now and again, you guys want to make sure that you're brave. You do things that might make you a little uncomfortable, but it will be worth it in the end. Now, the octopus did something a little dangerous. And I'm not saying go out and do something dangerous, but you guys can be helpful in other ways and be brave in other ways and just talk to people, right? And just try to help them the best way that you can. All right? So I love that little story about bravery, and I hope you guys use that during your Hollywood week while you're doing your activities. I know you're going to be doing Zoom with Mr. Will for drama, so I want you to be brave and speak out and do things that maybe that you wouldn't normally want to do, right? We all got to put on a brave face and do it, right? All right, friends, I will see you. Today's Monday, so I will see you back on Wednesday for another short little lesson, and I hope you guys really, really enjoy this week. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right, friends, I will see you on Wednesday.